We all love a bit of American telly, the high drama, the straight white teeth, but there are some things that, as British people, really butter our crumpets. Hello and welcome to WatchMojo UK. For today's list, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 British stereotypes in American TV. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be taking into consideration all of it, the annoying, often contradictory recurring tropes that come in the form of one-off or regular characters, and more general characterizations.
If you saw a picture of him and a picture of me, and you were asked, who should be named Wesley Snipes? You'd pick the pale Englishman every time, Les!
Number 10, we all talk like we're from London, mate. If you're watching an American show with a British character, there's a high chance that they'll speak with either a Cockney accent or the Queen's English and nothing else.
Make with the tea, Jeeves.
Yes, very good, sir.
The former will depict someone from the lower class, naturally, and the latter the upper crust, don't you know? In general, there's such a huge focus on London because, as is known in the colonies, the UK is just London surrounded by fields.
You know, we're here to learn things, not fall in love.
Perhaps it's a result of British gangster films or other productions painting an alternative picture of the supposed land of aristocracy, or our regional favourites are just too tricky for our cousins to the left.
If this guy is from England, why doesn't he speak English?
Number 9, we're all emotionless, at least on the outside. On American TV, our keep calm and carry on wartime attitude still applies today, and our so-called stiff upper lip and reserved nature is rather readily displayed across the pond.
Nigel, yesterday I saw you smile. Is that something I need to bring up with my father?
I was just imagining my own death, sir.
Embarrassment aside, according to our overseas cousins, we experience no feelings or affections. On the reverse of this, Americans are often portrayed as brash and forward, so perhaps it's retaliation, or it could be our Victorian prudishness coming back to haunt us. Either way, it doesn't stop the spate of wry and unemotional British characters from further compounding the stereotype.
So you're back, son?
Aye. I suppose you'll be leaving soon. Aye.
Number 8, British lads are all womanizing Lotharios. Those of us of the male persuasion who do have the confidence to talk to the opposite sex apparently have it by the barrelful, because obviously we are all like Russell Brand.
Fellas! I'm so happy you could make it.
The stereotype that British men can just saunter across the Atlantic and pick up romantic partners with the power of their words alone shows that there is seemingly no middle ground between the shy and retiring and the aspiring Romeos.
You know there's something about the way he talks. I could listen to him read the phone book.
It comes as part of the Rockstar image, which brought with it supposedly irresistible accents and flamboyant dress sense, all with an arrogant nature.
Can I?
Just a peek, love.
Number 7, we're all overly apologetic and polite. Okay, so this one is our own doing, as saying sorry is what we do best, but it can still be irritating when it gets overused on American television.
Well, we're all out of time. Join us same time tomorrow if it's not entirely inconvenient for you. If so, of course, we do understand, and we do apologise in advance. This has all been an imposition. I'm so dreadfully sorry.
Sorry, everyone.
The extent of British politeness is certainly over-exaggerated in American comedies, with Family Guy predictably being one of the worst offenders. Whilst being polite and having manners and etiquette is ultimately a good thing, it gets to the point where it makes Brits look grovelling. In fact, there are several countries that are generally considered to be more polite than the UK, such as Japan, New Zealand, and Canada. So sorry, America, you're wrong. Sorry.
Sorry, old boy. Sorry. I could kill you with my thumb, you know.
Number 6, we're all hyper-intelligent.
There is no fog in London. There is no London fog.
Watch a US TV show with a British character, and it's likely that there'll be a doctor, professor, explorer, or some kind of intellectual with an Oxford or Cambridge education. You needn't look further than Stewie Griffin to see this stereotype in action. To be fair, with the likes of Stephen Fry and Stephen Hawking amongst our best known overseas outputs, it is hard to contest this one. And whilst it's a nice thought that people think we're all super intellectuals, it sadly isn't true. Being British sure fits in, however, with the persona of a scheming and dastardly villain.
Well, how noble.
Number 5, we're drunk all the time.
What? What did you say?
Danny one.
Danny Wah, okay.
Danny one.
Danny Wah.
I mean, who doesn't enjoy the odd drink? Truthfully, however, we don't enjoy being drunk as much as the Americans may have the world believe.
How much wine and beer per person?
Oh, come on!
No matter their position, whether it's Professor Ian Duncan in Community, a drunk and lonely professor played by the brilliant John Oliver, or the son of the richest man in the Seven Kingdoms, they are partial to an occasional tipple. There's a big pub culture in the UK, but we don't all hang out in them 24/7. The Scottish are especially brutalised on American TV, particularly poor groundskeeper Willie.
My stomach is filled with haggis and head. I've got to go puking some head.
Number 4, we have bad teeth.
The Big Book of British Smiles.
This one is offensive on so many levels. Contrary to what is shown on American TV, looking at you Simpsons and repeat offender Family Guy, not all British people have bad teeth.
Oh, is that right? So you fancy fags, do you? Well, here, have a whole carton of fags.
I just want a comely lass to look upon me with favour.
Perhaps compared to our whiter-toothed companions, we might not seem as dentally obsessed, but the much-said stereotype that our pillies aren't so white is downright unfair. It's rather a historical trope now, with dental care having improved drastically from the 60s and 70s, and it's even estimated that UK oral health is better overall than American, as opposed to just having a clean appearance.
Aren't you just itching with childlike curiosity?
Number 3, we're all socially awkward.
Spontaneous human combustion is rare and scientifically unexplainable, but there have been cases for hundreds of years. Usually all that's left is a pile of ashes.
We have Hugh Grant to thank for this one, the 90s pioneer of the bumbling and awkward Brit. Throughout the decades, there have been a string of socially incapable British characters in American television, from those who are nervous and trip over their words, to others with extremely low self-esteem.
The hell is this?
Who this? I remember.
I didn't sign it.
Like other picks in this list, this stereotype is often used in contrast to characters from the States who are depicted as much more confident and outgoing, and the awkwardness is often a result of the characters trying their absolute hardest not to cause the slightest bit of offence.
Sometimes I think I should just run away, but who would take me in? No one, Woodhouse. No one.
Number 2, we're all working class hooligans.
Hey, word to the wise. Daphne's in a bit of a mood tonight.
According to Hollywood, those of us who don't have royal connections are, of course, working class. Cockney, of course, and when we aren't dwelling in self-pity, we're fighting about football. This stereotype is more often than not very overdone, and there is even the odd northern accent attempted, albeit very badly.
Choke on it! Oh, crikey!
This trope usually involves boisterous and angry alcoholics who speak like someone straight out of a Guy Ritchie film. The lives of such characters are also shown as extremely miserable, almost peasant-like, something not too far removed from Fagin in Oliver.
Our line of business pays a little better.
Number 1, we're all posh snobs with royal connections. So here we have it, the ultimate British stereotype found on American TV.
However, the proper mode of address would be Your Royal Excellency Lord Edgar Darby Covington, 14th Earl of Cornwall-upon-Thames, 29th Baron of Hertfordshire.
It's regularly used as a go-to for easy laughs, with characters from Blighty being given long and ridiculous names like Lord Edgar Covington from Parks and Recreation, or Buzz Killington in, you guessed it, Family Guy.
Now, who here likes a good story about a bridge?
There's also an assumption that either we all know the Queen, or we have all at some point in our lives run into royalty, such as in the London episode of Friends, where they just happened to bump into Figgy, and everyone else was rude and dismissive.
Hi, Chandler.
That was...
Oh my god.
It's Fergie, baby!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.